Fred. Welcome to the tiny house. Not a nice view out my window. It's getting into fall and the winter's starting to kick in, so I'm dressed all burly. You were talking about work. Do you consider yourself, you were asking a question, do you consider yourself a cab driver who's an artist? Or you are an artist that drives a cab? And I said something that I've said before, and I'm not sure how much I thought about it actually when I said it to you or to the person before. I said, well, do you want to know who I am, or do you want to know what I do? And I think that for me, what I do is I've always tried to do as little as possible. I've never wanted to be a valuable cog in anyone else's machine other than my own. And I don't need money. I've spent my life trying to use as little of it as possible. And what all I need is free time, a good pair of boots, and a faithful dog. And I have a little bit of those. I have a pretty good dog and some pretty good boots, and occasionally I get a weekend for my terrible, terrible job. Well, to quite simply put it, I don't think that I would tell you what I do. I don't think I could tell you what I consider myself. I think I'd be wrong about both things. That's what I came up with the more I thought about it. How about I'd tell you what I'd like to just define myself as, how I'd love to describe myself as. I'd love to describe myself as an explorer. I would love to just explore. And it wouldn't have to be for any purpose. I mean, I don't want to write a book about these wonderful mice that Aquila chases all day long. I've watched them, year after year. I've watched these mice, and I know the different ways they live, and I know the really interesting habits they have, even when they're under attack. They're amazing. I don't want to know these things so I could tell other people. I want to know these things so that when I go out into the forest, or I'm out on the river, or I'm out anywhere, that I get more information other than the fact that the leaves are pretty colors, and the ground seems wet, and I notice different kinds of plants growing along the river than I do at the tops of mountains. And why is that? I just want to have that conversation with nature. I want nature to explain to me why bear grass grows at a certain elevation and above, but not below. It's like nature saying, "Hey, you've climbed high." Or when you get down lower and you see different kinds of plants, trees, and animals thriving. And it's almost kind of let you know that now you're in the valley. Just want you to, like nature wants you to know what's going on, and I want to listen. And I only want to listen because I want to be a good friend. How's that for hippie? I want to go out and when nature's speaking to me, I want to listen and understand. I don't want to ignore it. I don't want to, drop apple seeds all across my country. I don't want to dedicate my life to cleaning up watersheds. I mean, all those things sound great. But I kind of feel that just like any other friend you have, that your friend has a lot of responsibility for those things, and you have a responsibility to listen as they explain themselves, and listen as they tell you what their goals and what their dreams are. And so that's what I would want to be. That's what I'd want to say if you said, "Earl, who are you? How do you define yourself? Are you a ditch digger that likes to take hikes? Are you a hiker that digs ditches for a living?" I don't actually dig ditches for a living, but it feels like it. But there's no way that I could figure out how I am defined or not defined by work, because I've been doing it since I was a kid. And I've been doing things that I mentioned that are really unpleasant. I've developed skills to deal with situations that are only applicable to my work situations. They have no use for me in real life. a situation recently where someone said that was a textbook way to deal with that situation. And I thought to myself, no one should have to learn. I mean, the whole idea of like having how I dealt with that situation be written down so others could then know how to deal with this situation in the future in the fastest, most professional manner possible. No one should have to learn the skills. But we do. So I can't tell. When you remove all the things, all the layers of my work experience, all the layers of my hobbies, because really I'm just, with a lot of that, I'm just joining in with other people. Other people have made those decisions. So the fact that I participate in it only means that I'm a participant of our culture. And it would define me, and it would sculpt me. I mean, but is that me? And when you tear all that away, the only things I think that would be definably me are the things that don't benefit anyone else other than me, or are so unusual that are to be called uncommon. So, that's an artist. The things that we create are uniquely us. And so I would want to be defined as an artist. I'd want to be defined as an explorer. I'd want to be defined as somebody who really just wanted to enjoy himself, who wanted other people to enjoy themselves, and never the two should interfere. So, I mean, I've been thinking about this ever since you asked, and that's the best answer I could come up with, which sounds like rambling and disjointed and confused, but it's almost like trying to imagine anything other than how I've lived and how it's shaped me, and how all my jobs have affected me, and my family and my culture and my upbringing, and the color of my skin and the quality of my education. There almost needs to be a defense against that. It's like, well, do you want to be raised by wolves? Is that the defense? To keep people from getting in your mind and carving parts of your soul into ways that, that are shaped to fit the people and things and companies around you? Is my education, or would my education be just another way to make me more valuable to a company? Are they trying to make Earl an awesome Earl? Or are they trying to make Earl an awesome cog to a machine? Because I don't want to be a cog in a machine. Well, since I have very little to say, let's cut this short. Fred, pleasure as always, and welcome to the tiny house. I'll see you later. I'll see you in the tubes.